Mei Qing and her son returned to settle in China, and even transferred the business. An enterprise worth such a lot of trouble is probably not small in scale. From this point of view, Mei Qing's current economic strength is very strong. In contrast, I am a little embarrassed. After all, the Wilson family is now down, and I have no source of income. It can even be described as penniless. The only one who can do it is Thompson first grade. The villa is now, but this villa is still owned by Charlie. Thinking of this, Jacob felt a little bored. Given his current situation, would Mei Qing look down on him? It's been half a lifetime, and most middle-aged people have at least a certain career, industry and family business, but he still have nothing to do now, which is too shameful. Charlie also saw that Jacob's expression was a little upset, knowing that he must think that Mei Qing is too good, and he is not worthy of others, but he did not break it either. At this time, Paul finished the call and said with a smile, "Mom, Uncle Wilson, and Brother Charlie, I have already told the driver, let's go." "Okay," Charlie said with a smile, "then let's go." The four people went out of the airport together. A brand new Rolls-Royce Phantom stopped in front of them. A foreigner got out of the car and respectfully said to Paul, "Hello, General Manager." Paul nodded slightly. The foreigner driver said to Mei Qing, "Hello, Chairman." Mei Qing nodded and smiled, and said, "Mike, you help me deliver my luggage to Shangri-La, and directly ask the front desk to send the luggage to my and Paul's rooms." The foreigner driver nodded hurriedly and said, "Okay, Chairman, I will go now." Then, he opened the trunk of the Rolls-Royce Phantom, took all the suitcases in Paul's hand, and stuffed them into the trunk. After doing this, he asked Mei Qing again, "Chairman, don't you and the general manager want to go in this car?" Mei Qing nodded and said, "I'll take my old classmate's car, you can go." Jacob looked at the brand new and luxurious Rolls-Royce, feeling particularly uneasy. He can see the value of this car. The Bear car costs 8 or 9 million, and this car is equipped with a pure gold little golden man logo, and it costs more than 200,000. Therefore, Jacob felt even more inferior. He couldn't help but said to Mei Qing, "Oh, Mei Qing, you should take this less Royce over there. My car is not up to grade. I'm afraid that you won't get used to it and you will be wronged again." Mei Qing said seriously, "Jacob, we have known each other for so many years, do you think I am the kind of person who loves vanity?" Jacob was suddenly embarrassed. He hesitated and said, "My car is just an ordinary BMW 5 Series. I'm afraid I will wrong you." Mei Qing was a little angry, and said, "Jacob, why do you care about these things so much now? Rolls-Royce and BMW 5 Series are all the same, even if it is still the kind of 28-year-old bicycle popular among your male students. Are they all a means of transportation? Don't talk about the BMW 5 Series, even if you are riding a big 28 to pick me up today, I am willing to ride." As she said, Mei Qing said with a smile, "But I guess it's a bit hard for you to ride a bicycle at your age now?" When Mei Qing said this, Jacob felt a lot more comfortable. He was really afraid that Mei Qing was used to being a Rolls-Royce and would feel a little uncomfortable when sitting in his BMW 5th Series. If it made her feel uncomfortable, he would have trouble. However, Paul suddenly said to Mei Qing in a low voice at this time, "Mom, maybe you should take this car. The comfort of the BMW 5 Series is very poor, I am afraid you can't adapt." Mei Qing waved her hand, and also whispered, "When you see my old classmates in the future, don't drive this public car. Ask if your company has the most common commercial car, like the Buick GL8 2 or 3. 100,000 cars, I don't want to come back after more than 20 years, to make everyone feel too distant." Paul reluctantly said, "The company really doesn't have such a cheap car. The most common commercial vehicles are Toyota Alpha with more than 1 million. Mei Qing said, "Then just buy a car worth 200,000 or 300,000. Paul had no choice but to nod his head and said, "Well, since you have ordered, then I will arrange it." After speaking, he stepped to the driver and told him, "Go back and buy a Buick GL8. The driver was taken aback for a moment and said, "General Manager, our company doesn't have such a low-end car." Paul said, "It's okay, just go buy one and come back." "Okay, sir." Because Charlie's physical fitness far exceeds that of ordinary people, he couldn't help but admire Mei Ching very much when he heard the whispers among them. This aunt is not only beautiful and extraordinary, but more importantly, her emotional intelligence is too high. Such a woman, for a middle-aged man, is even more goddess than the goddess of his dreams. He can even have a foreboding that Jacob, the old master, should soon be completely fallen.